Okay, great. So we are going to be moving on to start to listen to some of our Entrepreneur Challenge winners from the 2016 challenge. So our next speaker is going to be Marcella Jeremiah, and Marcella is from the small island country of Grenada in the Caribbean, and she has a very exciting project to share with you all. So give us 1 second and we'll get her presentation up on the screen, and she will walk through what she's been up to for the last 6 months. Okay, so Marcella, please go ahead and get started.
Have you ever walked past a store or down a street and caught a whiff of a scent that took you back somewhere in the past? I mean, somewhere way back. Wouldn't you like to capture that scent and bottle it and cherish it? Hi, my name is Marcella Jeremiah, and I am the proud owner of Renee's Sensations, where we sell more than just candles. We create memories. Every candle, I can't see, it's too close. I can't see from here. I am an avid candle user, and I have been purchasing candles for years.
1 moment, everyone. We're having a couple technical difficulties. We'll be right back with you.
Okay. I am an avid candle user, and I would purchase candles for every room in the house. But after a time, I started to realize that these candles were not producing the scent through that I thought it would, and I would almost always burn my nose hairs in an effort to just get a whiff of the scent. They were difficult to clean up. They burned for a very short period of time, or sometimes they didn't burn at all, and they were very costly. And I am sure some of you are able to relate to this situation. We have found a solution for the problem. At Vanilla Sensations, we manufacture scented candles that has an excellent scent through. They burn at least 25% longer. They are eco-friendly and sustainable. They are affordable. They can be customized upon request. They, they are easy to clean. They come in a high-end reusable jar and can replicate popular desserts such as ice cream. We also have the only candle outlet located on the island of Grenada. Over a period of 4 months, we conducted extensive market research and was able to narrow down our clients to homeowners and homemakers who were the persons we realized wanted to make their space smell good and look good. During our market research, we also realized that out of a population of approximately 100,000 people, there were only 4 persons on the island who actually made hand-poured scented candles. And out of the 4, there were only 2 of them that had a store where their candles were displayed among other items. This meant that there was poor visibility for the candles. It was due to this research we were able to open our retail store at the center of the shopping district in Grenada. Our research also led us to find out that we interviewed at least 500 persons, and during the period we interviewed the 500 persons, 50% of those we interviewed said that they were not sure that they will ever buy a candle again, simply because of the problems they encountered when they bought before, the poor censure and so. Another 60% of that 500 customers said that they did not know the difference between soy candles and paraffin candles. This means that we will have to step up our game in terms of customer education. It has to be a priority for us. I had the pleasure of working with a team of individuals, and under my guidance, we were able to chart the way forward towards the achievement of our goals. Carlana Charles was my hustler, and she was responsible for creating a new website for the business. She used her experience in graphic design to create some user-friendly questionnaires for us that we use to collect our information from the team, from our customers. She was also responsible for putting together the marketing plan and was responsible for finding new markets for us. Marcella Jeremiah, my artist and designer, was responsible for spearheading the recreation of the new label. His experience in retail sales also gave us that push we needed to get the best placement possible at the leading supermarket in Grenada. He is in charge of our finances and is responsible for creating promotions on social media. Mr. Gary Steele is my techie, and he is responsible for inventory control. He was responsible also for redesigning of the workshop, making it more user-friendly and creating a steady production line. How do we keep our customers happy? Through Facebook. It's our #1 medium for customer interaction. So that is where we receive all our customer reviews, and I'm proud to say that we have a 5-star rating on Facebook at this time through word of mouth, which is our #1 marketing tool. We realize that when a customer comes to us and is so happy about the product and gives us a positive review, they go and in turn tell their friends, and once they tell their friends will come to us. So what we have done is say, okay, tell your friends about it, our product, and we will give you a discount on your next purchase. And so far, it has been working fantastic for us. We also have discounts and promotions, and we plan to introduce a loyalty program very soon to reward customers every purchase. Product development is ongoing because customer satisfaction is always a priority for us. We just introduced a new line of candles specifically to target the tourist industry for our visitors and overseas buyers. How are we making money? We are making money through our retail outlet by selling the novelty pieces. We have recently tapped into the wedding market, and we do wedding favors and decorative pieces for the centerpieces. We sell at trade shows and exhibitions. In the near future, we will be working on customizing candles for the hotels and corporate businesses, at the airport and cruise ship and departure lounges, candle parties, and candle making classes. What's next for us? Customer education is always a priority, so we will continue sharing information with our customers, advertising and marketing, especially for the upcoming season, the launch of our new labels, and the official launch of the business, because we have not yet officially launched, and market expansion. We hope that within the next 6 months, we should be able to increase sales by at least 50%. What's next in the distant future? We are hoping at the end of 2017 we will be able to tap into the Eastern Caribbean market, and we will begin all the candle parties and the classes, because at the end of the day, what we want to do is encourage entrepreneurship. We want to encourage young people to start businesses of their own, especially in the manufacturing industry. By 2018, 2020, we will enter the wider Caribbean and the U.S. market. Once we do that, it means, therefore, that we have to employ more people, and employing more people means a stimulation of the economy. We will also be looking at going into complementary products like soaps and body lotions and cleaners. Growth, it is a known fact that the candle market in the United States is about $2 billion annually. And in Grenada, I know we are not even close to that, but I am hoping that, once we settle down and we start to produce, we would be able to, at the end of 3 years, year 3, we will have 5 persons on staff full-time with us, and bringing in a minimum of $60,000. This does not even reflect sales that will be generated from our paid advertising and money from the tourist industry. So once we increase our marketing and advertising, obviously we will see a return and increase in our sales, which means an increase in our production, and then we will be able to hire new employees, which in turn will help in the stimulation of the economy. Our business model is direct sales, and over the last 4 months, we looked at our customer segment and cost structure specifically, and we were able to make changes and add to those segments. We were also able to streamline our revenue. So having a business model canvas really worked in our favor, and we are continually looking at it to make changes as we go along, changes that will complement the business. This challenge has taught me the power of being a leader. I realized that being a leader is not just someone in charge. It's about inspiring those you meet along the way. It's about inspiring myself and my team. I also learned that change is good, and change can mean progress. Having a business model canvas to work with from the beginning was my inspiration for change. Being a leader is to be unstoppable. In conclusion, I would like to reiterate that our candles are not harmful to the environment. It is made from a sustainable and renewable source. They are affordable, they solve your problems, they will be creating jobs and stimulating the economy. Remember, at Renee Sensations, we don't just sell candles, we create memories.
Fantastic. Marcella, I'm really excited to learn more about your business, and I have a couple questions for you that have come in from a couple of the online listeners. So what inspired you to get into the candle business in the first place?
Well, as I said, I am a candle lover. And, after a period of time, you realize that you're purchasing candles and you're not getting that, unless you buy a really expensive candle. And in Grenada, our choices are limited. So unless you buy those really expensive candles, you will not get that quality that you're looking for, that powerful scent. As you walk into the room, you can smell the candles. We were not getting that. And I could not deal with that anymore, because it means that I would have to buy through Amazon, or have to, send to purchase it outside. So I started researching and realized that, hey, there's a solution to the problem. Let me see if I can find it.
So I love that. So it sounds like you essentially created a whole entire business around a personal
Yes.
problem that you were having.
Yes.
In terms of what you could or couldn't find in the marketplace.
Right.
So that's, I'm assuming that's helping you stay very inspired.
Of
And
course.
excellent, excellent. So what do you think is going to be your biggest challenge in growing your business? Like, what right now do you find that is the biggest, scariest problem?
The biggest challenge for me right now is getting my raw material in a timely and efficient manner, right? And to be able to stay on top of the demand.
So the raw materials are what? What do you need?
The wax, well, mainly the wax, the soy wax, and I have to bring that in large quantities because that's something you can't run out of. And then the containers, the jars I specifically chose those jars because I wanted something unique. I wanted something different. I wanted something that was going to stand out. When somebody see it, they would say, oh, yes, I like this. So I specifically chose those jars, and having those jars on hand all the time is very important to me.
Okay, great. So in terms of some of these other products that you've talked about expanding out into, what do you think, how do you think that's going to work, and what are you going to try to do first?
I want to stay along the lines of environmentally friendly products, and because I believe in protecting the environment, everything you do, you have to be conscious of the environment. So whatever I am creating, it will be in line with that. And as I said, I will be looking at body lotions and soaps, and so the first thing I would start with is the soap. Actually, I wanted to do the soaps first, but I had to switch that at the last minute. But I will be going into the soaps because it will complement the candles. I mean, you have a really nice gift set with your soap and your body lotion and the candles. You can't go wrong with that.
Okay, great. So earlier today, our first keynote, Kirsten Gallo was talking about sustainability and how do you create a sustainable business that is successful but also helps the environment. I know that's something that you feel really passionate about as well. Could you talk a little bit more about some of the benefits that your product line has in terms of the environment?
Definitely. As I said, the product, the candles are made from soy. And soybean is a sustainable, renewable product. They take the vegetable wax and they create this wax so that we can use to make the candles. It burns for a longer period of time. So that's the difference between paraffin and soy. The soy will burn for a longer period of time. The soy has a lower melt point, right? So you don't have to worry about when it's still. As a matter of fact, I would not advise you to do this, but if you have a candle that's lighting and you dip your finger in it, it will not burn you.
Ah, interesting.
Very interesting. So I'm not telling you to do it, but it will not burn you because it has a very low melt point and it burns right down to the end of the jar, so you get your money's worth.
Excellent. And in terms of the jars, are you creating any sustainability with the jars that you're putting the candles in?
Well, I am using the jars that I use. I specifically chose them because I wanted them to be able to reuse them. So and because the soy wax is easy to clean, all you have to do is wash it out with soap and water, and you can reuse your jars. The very small jars can be used in the bedroom. You can store your cotton swabs in it. The medium-sized jar is very good for, you can put your spices in it in your kitchen, and the bigger jars, you can put cotton balls in it. So you have a use for every jar. You can reuse it, or you can do whatever you want to recreate something for those jars. They're multi-purpose.
Okay, great. So we had another call come in from one of your fellow country people in Grenada. And the question is, why is it that other candle companies aren't doing what you're doing?
I wish I knew. I wish I knew. And I believe it may have to do with the difficulty in the process. Soy candles are harder to make than paraffin. there's a lot to do in terms of the temperature of the wax, and it's very ticklish to make soy candles, as opposed to paraffin. You can make 100 paraffin candles in a very short space of time, because all you do is just melt and pour. With the soy, you have to be very specific with it. So it's easier to make a larger quantity with the paraffin as opposed to soy.
And is that something that you feel is, as your business grows, that you'll be able to continue creating the soy candles at scale?
I have to.
Yeah.
I have to. I have to. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Okay, great. I love it. So that's really fantastic. Well, thank you so much, Marcella. That was an excellent presentation, and really excited to watch your business grow and thrive and evolve.
Thank you so much.
All right. So we're now going to share another one of our entrepreneurs. Give us one moment, and we'll switch out presentations.